Forget this whole like, I want you to buy and hold. We're not doing Warren Buffett style anything. We're going to create tools for the gamblers, for the 24-year-olds who need the quick dopamine hits, which is fine. I'm not judging. If you're a 24-year-old, I'm not discriminating against you. And you see what the stock has done. It's gone way, way up. Now, I'm not out here. I'm not Diddy. My name's not Boyce Diddy. So I'm not, or B Diddy. So I'm not out here trying to be a 54-year-old who's behaving like I'm in my 20s. So I wasn't participating in hardly any of this dopamine hit. But what I did do was I owned the stock. I bought the stock and I was buying it consistently all through here because I saw what the strategy was. And would I say he has the right idea? I'm not going to say he has the right idea. I'm just going to say that typically what happens is that whenever there's a speculative rush, like the California gold rush, the people that made the most money were not the people digging for gold. It was the people who were selling the picks and shovels that others used to dig for gold. It was the people that gave you the tools to go speculate. They weren't speculating. There's no ambiguity about whether or not you're going to pay me $1 for my pick or and $2 for a shovel. There's no ambiguity about whether or not you're going to want a meal after you were up in the mountains looking for, and then there are hills looking for gold. There's no ambiguity about whether or not you want to buy a pair of Levi jeans because when you're on your knees digging for gold, you're going to need some rough pants. So just, like that's a certainty. But whether or not you find gold, well, that's the randomness of the whole process, and that's the risk of it all, and that's yours. You can have all of that. We hope we hope you find gold, but a lot of times these people that offer these picks and shovels are the ones who actually succeed. So the way Vlad Tenev has described Robinhood is he likes to because he knows like the young guys like all the fast high testosterone stuff. So he shows up at a Formula One event in a racer suit, and he says, "I like to think of Robin Hood as the car that you drive when you're winning the Formula One, right?" So he said, "Look, I ain't trying to go out here and gamble with you. I'm not doing that, but." What I'll do is I'll give you a perfect vehicle that will allow you to form as much of a gambling addiction as you possibly want because I went to business school and I learned that the best products are the ones that are addictive. So be really careful about how you engage with all this. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't participate. It's just like I'm not going to tell you not to go to Vegas. My wife and I have gone to Vegas. Our honeymoon was in Vegas, right? So there's nothing wrong with going to Vegas. But if you're going to Vegas thinking that's investing, then that would be kind of a problem. So remember, a lot of people are gambling and they think it's investing because now they're blending the two. Because when you're looking at probabilities and stuff like that, there's a thin line between investing and gambling. There's a thin line between taking a conscious calculated risk versus just betting it all on a parlay, right? Parlays are the best. Parlays are where these apps are making the most money. They don't want to take a straight up bet with you. They don't want you to use expertise in predicting football games because you know that the Bills are going to win by 8 points instead of four. They don't want to do that. They don't want to play that game with you because that's a game that they sometimes lose. The game they want to play with you is the parlay game. The parlay game is where somebody said they formed like these complex bets where they'll say, like, I think the Bills will win by two. The kicker's going to hit, two field goals. The punter is going to punt only 4 times in the game. And the running back is going to get more than 250 yards, right? And the reason they like parlays is because they have AI and computers, and you kind of do, but not at the same level that they do. Like they're scientific with it.